We hit DC. I went live over there on Instagram, and on Instagram they have the 4K feature. So you know, you know how YouTube is. But we over here, man. And yeah, Beasley, stay hard on. Keep your foot on them on their neck, man. I see you. And I'm glad I'm here. To be at the statue of Benjamin Banneker. Just representation of who he was in real life. Very prolific man. He was a scientist, architect. Um, I mean, he actually there's a lot of things that he was responsible for, and he was a man ahead of his time. He was actually a genius. So, we we're here at the African American Museum, and here in Washington D.C. So yeah, we really out here just doing our thing and kicking it. And we're seeing a lot of artifacts. So I did do a live on my Instagram for those that don't know. Yeah.
Attention visitors, running, horseplay, and playing on or throwing items off balconies is strictly prohibited and will result in an escort out of the building.
Oh wow. Somebody somebody thugging it out right here in the African American Museum. They want to be part of history. Uh-huh. Phyllis Wheatley, poet. I read about her in history books. During the Revolution, Phyllis Wheatley, 1753, 1784, was a household name famous for having published poems on various subjects, religious and moral. In 1773, Wheatley was about age 7 when she arrived in America in 1761 after being kidnapped in Senegal and sold into slavery as an enslaved girl who had mastered classical English, Latin, Greek. She was held up as a symbol of achievement by international anti-slavery advocates. Once freed, she and her husband, John Peters, faced persistent poverty despite their talents. What's going on, Heavy Bear? Kiki done kind of got away from me. So I'm gonna go look for her real quick, y'all. I think at the museum, everybody want a crowd. The you know, they want a crowd. So, just talking about the Haitian Revolution. Toussaint l'Ouverture. Toussaint l'Ouverture. A lot of Haitians revere him to this day. And let me read it. It's supposed to be the statue of Toussaint l'Ouverture. Toussaint l'Ouverture said that he was born a slave, but natural gave the soul of a free man. Throughout his life, he fought for freedom. He was born enslaved in Breda, Saint Diome, now in Haiti, but freed in 1776. Age 33, well educated, he could speak both French and Creole. During the Haitian Revolution, he used his military, political, economic, and knowledge to govern the country. Okay. This is Prince Hall, Freemasonry. So let's read on Prince Hall and what the United States government, 'cause them the Masons. They got all kind of mythical things about him. So let's just see what the United States government has to say about, you know, okay. Prince Hall was born enslaved in Boston, Massachusetts, gained his freedom shortly after the Revolutionary War. An entrepreneur, property owner, and taxpayer, Prince Hall is credited with founding the African Lodge of the Honorable Society of Free Accepted Masons, the first lodge of Black Freemasonry. Okay. I guess these are original manuscripts. What? Let me go over here and check out some of the women over here because I did skip past some of it because it was kind of crowded. How you doing? It was kind of crowded over here. Now, boy, that's a book report right there, ain't it? That's for the Haitian Revolution right here. This is Rachel Crayfield. Early image is likely first hollow-colored silhouette of African-American woman. It shows Rachel Crayfield, who labored for the Dickey family of Oxford, Pennsylvania. Although she is listed as a servant in the family papers, Reverend Ebenezer Dickey commits her to his wife, Jane, and two enslaved children in his family. In 1731, will. Crayfield appeared in account books for Dickey's 200-acre farm until 1847 when slavery was formally abolished in Pennsylvania. All right. I never knew about that person. So let's move around, y'all. Let's move around. All right.
By 1850, the Fugitive Slave Act required all Americans to return.
It's very nice here. It was kind of looking a little boring when we first came through. When for y'all say, when I beheld the frantic and appearance of the action acting up, so don't think that we beheld offered for sale to him who would give the most. James F. All right. So yeah, you guys are here with Professor Octavius, and we're just moving around, y'all. Moving around. I saw Kiki over here. She done got into her own little thing, I see. So at first we was like, and now you see she done kind of got away from me. See, she's interested right now, y'all. Hey, babe.
So this cabin was actually taken.
I'm on live.
Oh, okay. This this is a cabin
Oh, it's a real.
of slaves. Yeah, it was taken from South Carolina in 2013. So it was there from 1853 to 2013. You should look on the inside. It's not much to it, but that's where they actually been.
You can smell the old wood. Yeah.
Wow. I said for
It's a slave quarter, y'all. Point of Pines cabin. So what was the cabin? Give us a breakdown on it. You was over there reading on it.
Yeah, it was just it showed the family over there that had it there. The slave that built it put together some wood, and put together, and it's just been there. Points of pine. I guess it's on the plantation. Behind
Yeah.
it. And now it's here. They donated it to the museum. A lot of stuff has been donated to museums. There's a book over there that a slave was writing in. You know how that term they have, like, if you want to keep something from a black person, put it in a book. Well, over there is talking about how they didn't want the slaves to know how to read because if they found out how to read, information was written, and if they found out how to read, they would know about like slavery being ended, and they would know about new laws to benefit, you know, anti-slavery stuff going on, or where they could get resources, stuff like that, or what we call resources today. So that's why they would get in a lot of punishment for reading. And so this one slave, he wanted to study, so the other slaves agreed to do his work for him so that he could, get more knowledge on how to read and how to keep up with that stuff. And the book is over there. It also has some pictures of slaves from back
I
in
was
the day
telling
that
them
was donated.
we almost got bored at first, right?
Yeah.
And then we came down here. So yeah, we at the bottom of the museum right now.
Yeah, so what it
We in the
does,
basement.
it takes you into our culture today, and then it takes you a look to like how Africa was before slavery, how Europe was before slavery, some of the other places where slavery was introduced, and then it showed you like you can hear the Africans talk about when they were getting, I won't even say recruited, but stolen
Yeah.
and forced onto those ships,
And it was
and how
talking
a lot
about
of
how they
them.
was violating 10-year-old children. And they was just things they never thought they would see. This is the recordings of the slaves.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of donated stuff here. Parts of the ships have been donated, and then the modern stuff.
We
it
saw
has-
we saw the chains too.
Yeah, we saw the
The chains
chains that
they
they
actually had on the
actually use.
people in the ships.
Yeah,
Which a lot of Aboriginals people on YouTube will say there's no.
we see a lot of the signs, like the original signs. Like this is real stuff right here. We see a lot of the paperwork where they calculated how many pounds of cotton their slaves picked, to determine whether they had done a good job for the day or not. We see some of their worship items over there. Some of them were Muslim and stuff. Like, in slave movies and stuff, it doesn't really talk about that. It just mostly talks about the Christian faith, but it talks about other faiths that they had, and it just gives you the whole breakdown.
So yeah, guys, you see it, and how you doing, Alcaton? So we're at the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. So this is what they're trying to say Rob looked like. Frederick Douglass, So they say Rob got the Frederick Douglass haircut. Well, not haircut, the hair. Yeah. And I guess what is his diary?
When they were building this, they put all the stuff in first before. Look at your team and pull your eyelids back and look at your eyes.
And for those that just came in, his Searcher on the Truth. And these are original manuscripts that they have here. And upstairs they actually have like, I showed it on my Instagram. Yeah, I showed it on my Instagram earlier, but my sound wasn't good because I had the wrong Bluetooth connected. And they were showing like Erykah Badu's head wrap, Prince, some of his instruments. I think they had something of Bart Marley up there, but I really couldn't see it. So here's a banjo. Mm-hmm. It's that fiddler.
The slaveholders were shouting and selling children to one man and the mama and pappy to another. The slave cries and takes on something awful. If a woman had lots of children, she was sold for more. As if
Yeah.
she was a good breeder.
I can see that old block now. My cousin Eliza was pretty, really good. The master was the father. When the girls in the big house had those coming to see,
The Fancy Girl Trade, 1835. So I read a little bit of it. It said many white men preyed upon African American women and girls during the domestic slave trade. A new category emerged known as fancy girls, women purchased for sexual exploitation. These women were sold at rates significantly higher than the price of other enslaved persons. Polly, a 16-year-old, described having yellow complexion and black eyes, was likely sold as a fancy girl, gift of Candace Greene. I'm pretty sure they do have some of that. So it's just so much here, bro. It's just so much here. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. This is the Enlightened channel. And Kiki done got caught up in this stuff, man. And so she got doing her own thing. Okay. Yeah. This is a real slave quarter right here at Alcatraz. Built by slaves. They're showing this right here. This is the family. And you can actually smell the old wood. It smells old. You know, I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but you from the South, you know what I'm talking about. One of them old houses, so it smells like an old house. So they put it in here. I'm trying to see if they got something on Nat Turner. I'm gonna call that Nat Turner Alcatraz.
That was a sad time.
Yeah.
I have to nurse the babies for them. Attend to the right generation.
This is what Kiki was talking about.
Some of them babies so fat and big, I had to tote the feet while another gal tote the head. I such a little one, about 7 or 8 years old. We had to steal away at night to have church on the ditch bank and crawl home on the belly. Once the overseers heard us praying, give us one day 100 lashes.